Hi, Anti-Society! Welcome back to the Anti-Social Planet, and today we are watching the second episode of Tomodachi Game. So in the last episode, I thought with the first episode we would set up a lot of what the status quo is of the characters, which we didn't really. We established a few details about their lives going to school and stuff, mostly focusing on Yuichi and his financial situation, the fact that he's been working these side jobs to try and make enough money just to like go on school trips and stuff like that, and some of how he views his friends. But we didn't really learn a lot about what it was like in his school life before we were whisked away into the actual games that they're participating in, of course, to pay off the debt that is of one of these characters that is currently going through it, one of the 5 friends that we have, and getting some of the rules before we went into the first actual game, which has been a lot. There's been a few betrayals already with this, because we've had it where people have decided to fail these like really easy yes no questions that they make up. So they make up like a really easy question where everyone will obviously know the answer, and then they deliberately make it so that they get the wrong answer, which make their debt, the part of the debt that they have to pay off, will lessen, but everyone else's, if they lose the game, will end up owing more. So that's happened a few times before Yuichi ended up finding out that that was how the game was functioning, and he was going to try and say the right answer so that one of his friends he was closer to wouldn't have to deal with the consequences of all of the things. I know I'm not describing this super well, but I'm trying to get through it quickly. You've seen it probably. But her question ended up being different or whatever. It ended up being about like, will we still be friends after this or whatever? We always be friends or something. So it's a different kind of question, and they ended up, I think, getting the wrong answer again, or before they were going to do it, Yoichi ended up talking, which is one of the rules. You're only allowed to speak if you're asking the question. So Yoichi broke that rule, and we're gonna have to try and figure out exactly what the game plan is for that, because I went back and I looked at the rules, and talking out of turn doubles your debt, so I don't really know what his plan is, but he had a bit of a crazed look. So I'm concerned, but also highly invested already. So let's just get into episode 2. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, I guess we are gonna get an opener, which didn't happen last time because first episodes. I love the like glitchiness that the whole thing has in terms of like the aesthetic, but the way that it kind of like jitters between like different, like them looking very like innocent and normal, and then kind of like the craziness kind of like glitches in. I just like it as an aesthetic. I think it's cool. Bit of a jazzy opener too. I really want to know who the other people are that are like observing them, and the other groups, because they kind of implied that there were other groups going on. Not only are there other groups that have been mentioned, because I think they said like nobody had ever passed the test that they're on um after like the 4th question or something. What is the plan? Is he trying to provoke them into speaking? Oh. So he's playing the system. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, he doesn't though. The two-facedness of it. Oh my gosh, with the question too of will we always be friends? And then he's just like changed the mood a little bit. We don't like play the system though, because if they don't know it's written on your paper, but they know that it's different from the rules they've already established, right? They know that like the slip of paper has like different rules than whatever like on the chalkboard. So just like making stuff up, how would they know? Yeah, there's that too. He has kind of pinned them against each other a little bit more. Like he's causing more tension between their friendship in order to win the game. Oh dear. I don't know if that'll work though. Like he obviously doesn't trust everyone. Is he staying behind so he can read the cards, like the notes? Snooping? It's true though, like if you could bluff your way, it could be different, right? Uh-oh. Because you don't really know what the other papers say. He can like infer that they all say the same thing, but he doesn't know that they all did. Interesting. Why speak away from everyone else? Just saying. I'm already suspicious of everyone. True. The fact that she said, let's not try and figure out, and then now she's like, let's try and figure out. I'm just saying. Bit of a shift. I do remember that where he's like, he's the one who has the least amount of money, so everyone was like, it's probably him. Ooh. Turn. I already knew that though. I suspected that from the last episode. Like it's just awkwardly like pat your head. I don't know. I want to believe at the same time. I don't know. Because maybe she did make a noise and it was doubled. But maybe she didn't and she's using it as an excuse. Lurkin? I think it's interesting that it's like still in a school setting. It's just obviously with the games and stuff. Like it still feels like a school. The hair though. Oh dear. Why do I think that these secrets will have very little to do with the game itself and it'll become more personal? Oh dear. It's like a game board? Oh dear. Me neither. I'm not gonna be able to read that fast. Do you have to say bad things though? Can you give compliments instead? I've had people ask me if I wear fake glasses, but they're real. But like, does it have to be that bad? What if it's just like they're really nice? Oh, okay. Oh dear. I don't like the dripping down the face. There's definitely going to be a catch, though. I was saying, like, if one person doesn't, then you're at a disadvantage, right? Oh dear. There's a bit of a rift, perhaps. Someone's definitely going to betray the group. Hey, they did it for one whole space. Oh dear. So now it becomes who breaks first. Oh, it's multiplying. Yeah, I was like, there has to be a catch to it that kind of like forces someone's hand to do otherwise. Because like they want to cause rifts between them, right? So I'm like the games are built for them to like turn against each other. I'm just like it's kind of like reality shows, you know? One card isn't. So we got two whole spaces before the betrayal. Ooh. So she's got far more debt now. Oh dear. The drama. Uh, I feel like I'm in the middle of something. I feel like maybe Mikasa wrote it though, because he wouldn't he be the only one that knew that they used to date? Oh dear, it's becoming a love star. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but you were the one who overheard when they were talking. Oh dear. I don't think he did though. Because it seems like Mikasa's like deliberately trying to antagonize Shibe. I'm just saying, I'm suspicious. Oh dear. She definitely has a bit of a crush on him. Like I said, it's becoming a love star. Now what? What is our plan to try and even out the points now? It seems like it's going to be a bit of a free for all now because they're not all working together. Did he leave it blank though, or is he just saying that? I don't know anymore. Because if you say it in such a way that it doesn't make it directly obvious that it's you, then you could blame it on other people. It feels like uh someone is deliberately trying to pin the most on her. What's going on? What happened? What's happening? I feel like I stumbled into a drama. I want to watch the ender though. There may or may not be a preview, but I want to see it. I feel like relationship drama is always too much for me. I was like, oh no. Because, like, how do you logic your way around it? Because it's all emotion based. Ooh, the red eyes, though. I don't see. I feel like this is gonna be the game, though, where there start to be cracks that, like, you can't just kind of, like, easily recover from. Because I still feel like they had some suspicion from the first game going into this, but it was a little bit easier to smooth it over than some of the other things. So I really didn't expect to stumble into a love star in this episode, but here we are. It's giving me flashbacks to elementary school when I spent like 10 years with the same class of people, and boy was their history with everyone. Like even the tiniest bit of drama between anyone in that class would result in just like years and years of baggage just being pulled up to the surface. So a little bit intense, but I think out of this moment, I am most suspicious of Glasses guy. So Mikasa Tenji, got my eye on him. Not only because he was like lurking outside the hallway, but also because I feel like he's the only one that would know about the dating thing, unless it was the girl, Shiho. Because it has to be one of those two, I think, because I don't think anyone else other than them knew the history. So I feel like maybe him, and he's like, oh, that would make it be too obvious though, like everyone would know it was me. But like you could easily play it off though if people are like, oh, it's too obvious. Like I do that all the time where I'm like reading a mystery novel or something and I'm like, it's too obvious that it would be this person though, and then I get blindsided because it was them all along, but I was like, it's too easy. So maybe, especially if he's feeling a little bit bitter about her having a crush on Yuichi and he overheard it, maybe, but it could also have been Shiho, because I'm also a little bit suspicious of her because of that switch between her saying like, oh, let's not find out about who is the one who has all the debt that is the reason that they're doing these games, and then she was like, now we need to figure out who the traitor is with Yuichi, and trying to like spin that. I mean, I feel like everyone is going to end up looking bad the longer this goes on. Like I think everyone is going to just like air everybody's dirty laundry. I'm really getting flashbacks to elementary school because that would be exactly how it went. So I don't think anyone will look good. I'm not saying that I think Mikasa is the person who had the debt originally. I don't know who that is, but I definitely think he's the one who wrote the note in this instance. I feel like this test is really going to bring to light things that like they can't take back, you know, and I feel like there's going to be lots of like stories and history behind like why certain secrets and things they have in their past, but it's going to be one of those things where like you can't unknow it. I'm thinking of like the whole Shiho having like plastic surgery at some point in her life. Like that's something that you can't like unknow, and it's kind of, I think for some people that's a very controversial thing to get plastic surgery. I don't see any issue with it, but some people do. So it can be a little bit difficult to like take that out of your brain once you know it. So I feel like it's going to cause like some continual rifts with that, especially since like it kind of depends on why the plastic surgery, right? Because I feel like everyone thinks cosmetic, but it's not always that way. Sometimes it's like because of like skin grafting and stuff like that. So it can be something that there is some trauma behind, and that's why there is some kind of like reconstruction happening. It's like you can't put it back in the box, you know, some Pandora's box kind of thing where you can't put it back, and I feel like that's only going to get worse the longer that this game goes. But honestly, as much as the constant betrayal stresses me out a little bit, I am living for the drama a little bit. I try not to get sucked into drama, but I know that if I go anywhere near like drama series, I do get sucked into it. So I feel like it's like a mixture of things. It's like, let's play a tabletop game, but also let's just add in a bunch of drama too. And I feel like that is a extremely entertaining combination for me. You can click this playlist to go and see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so this next time I post a Tomodachi game reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!